Welcome to my channel, Pretty Pink Soul Movement, and I'm Michelle Cool, and today I'll be doing the new moon in Virgo reading, which happens on the 17th of September. Now, this new moon is very special. Virgo is all about looking at our habits. So we're being asked to review and revisit our daily habits, our daily routines, and just have a look at what do we feel works for us and what do we feel doesn't work for us. And I'm getting there's a lot of what doesn't work for us coming up at the moment. That's causing a lot of chaos, a lot to do with that Mars and Aries energy as well. And just know that it's all this energy is here to support us to clear out what we don't need in our life anymore, which is holding us back from our greatness. So there's always has to be manic energy before we can have breakthroughs occur. So Virgo is a perfectionist, so there could be this energy of I need to do everything right the first time and I need to do it now, or it needs to be done yesterday. Virgo is very meticulous in their methodology and how they do things, even if the simple things as daily routines, like you could have this structure that you might not even know. So just have a look at your subconscious structure of how you frame your day and what you tell yourself you have time for, what you tell yourself you don't have time for. And new habits need to be introduced slowly into your life in order to replace the old ones so you can see what works for you and what doesn't. I'm just getting there's a lot of unseen energy at this time. There's things that are trickling in from the subconscious that we're not seeing, because it's like subconscious is like mostly 95% of we're on autopilot. It runs the show, right? So we're being really asked to have a look at incorporating more peace in our day as much as you can. If you can only do 5 minutes, do 5 minutes. You'll have a lot of breakthroughs in that time. The new moon Virgo is the perfect time for us to revisit our goals as well. Have a look at, even if you just write a list of what are even the goals that you had going on in your head that haven't really been goals, but subconsciously you've been aiming for them. Review that. See if it actually aligns with who you are anymore. Does it align with what you want your future to look like? So the Virgo energy is really going to help you attune into what do you want, but you have to carve out the time to be a typical Virgo and use their energy of making lists, like they're the best list makers, because I love seeing those tick off. It will literally take a minute of your time if you're not really a list doer, and just write down, what do I think I want? And then write down, what does my soul actually want? This is really going to help you realign to your soul goals rather than aligning to your ego's goals, because the soul goals are the reason why we're here this lifetime. Virgo also governs our health. And what do we do? What are our daily habits that we do to put nutrition into our body? Are we shortcutting things because we're making ourselves too busy or we feel too busy? And how can you relook at that structure to treat your health and your body a lot better? So there could be health concerns coming up at this time. Could be getting migraines. Your body just could be feeling achy and painy. Things might be inflamed. There's all sorts of things. So you're being asked to have a bit of a research or visit a nutritionist and change your diet. And you can do that yourself with research. But if you really need someone to like check in with, perhaps get a nutritionist to help you with that and get you back on track. But don't fear if anything pops up in this time, because the reason things pop up in our bodies because they're ready to be listened to and healed. Check out my 20 Days of Making Myself Feel Uncomfortable documentary, because I experienced that in that time, and that might be a good guide for you. It's time to look at our healthier habits and how can we change our routine for our benefit at around the time of this new moon. So you could be experiencing stress and anxiousness at this time, because during like new moons and full moons, it brings up heightened energy. So it makes it more powerful, the energy at this time. So we're more likely to relate more to Virgo traits, and obviously we're in Virgo season. So it's a good time to use that energy for your advantage. Use the balanced Virgo traits to help incorporate into your life so you can get the best from this season. If you're feeling stressed or anxious, that's the imbalanced Virgo qualities, because they like to well, they don't like to, but it happens. They can overwhelm themselves with things they need to do because they like to take on too much, which causes stress and anxiety. So I get the feeling that that could be a thing people are experiencing at this time, taking on too much. So please put the call out to the universe for help. Say, I need help with this, please, universe. And then I know it's hard, but let it go. Even if you just write it on a piece of paper and you just say, universe, I need help with this. I also need help to let this go so I can let the insights come in to me to free up this energy in my life, and then burn it and then put it in a fireproof container. It's like that ritual really helps you release. The act of burning things, releases energy. As we've all seen on those crazy movies when people are having fight and they're like burning their things. Not legal, but you get the gist of it from the movie. So it's time to figure out what's the best self-care strategy, what's the best self-care tools that you can use for yourself at this time, and really learn to schedule them and mix it up. So say pick 3 things and then you recycle them. Well, every 3 days you change it up and you do a new thing, or you add in something different, but you're really being asked to double down on the self-care, and this is going to help you kind of glide through this time. Virgo is the 6th sign on the zodiac wheel, so to me this is like a halfway point. I see this as, new moon is new beginnings, but I see this as a start to the 2nd chapter of our astrological year. So this is like a whole new beginning for us, a whole new time to actually rebirth. And this energy is given to us in order to make changes in the areas that we want to make changes in our life. So Virgo is backing that up for you. There's extra potent energy to support you to make any changes that you want to make at this time and to help you get over that hump. Whereas if in the past before, you may have felt like, every time I try to do X, Y, and Z, it never happens for me. Do that release ritual and just say, okay, no, I still want this. And Virgo energies, please support me with this, and you'll see doors will open up for you. The trick is to distract yourself with these healthier habits, because as soon as the universe sees you as like, they actually are really serious about changing their life because they are starting to cook and eat better. Now there's a window of opportunity for me to let something in and give them what they want. Do you know what I mean? But we can't keep doing the same shit. We can't eat bad, or we can't be lazy and then expect things to turn around for us automatically. It's not the universe's job. We're here to fulfill our role as well and to shift and shake up the energy in our life. So it's that whole, your parents say, I'll buy you a car for every dollar you put in, I'll put in, $1 or $2. You know what I mean? Like the universe wants to match you and the energy that you're willing to put into yourself right now. So that's pretty exciting. It's like you're the universal parent trying to help you through this time. So if you do at least, if you just pick one thing right now, pause and like this video, just write one thing. What's one change you want to make? And just make little baby steps towards that. Don't do a big life overhaul unless you've got the energy for it, because that's usually where people will trip themselves up and fail. It's about little progress, not about extreme makeovers, I guess. So do one thing to change and challenge your energy, and you will reap the benefits and the rewards. Now, Jupiter, Saturn, and Pluto are all in Capricorn, and Uranus is in Taurus as well. So they're all in earth signs right now. So this is like literally, so let's say there's the 4 of them, right? In earth signs, it's about building a strong foundation. It's about grounding in energy. This is like the universe is fully supporting us at this time to make this change. And that's why we've got the energy there to back us up. Like Capricorn's all about, like, I guess, hard work and setting in new foundations and stuff like that. And so that's what this energy is here to support us with. So you will, that backed with the new moon in Virgo, another earth sign, like it's nuts. Like this energy is fully supportive of making changes in your life. I just want to talk about number 17 and the meaning that I channeled for that. So number 1 is generally known as having mastery over your life. So this 17 number is very illuminative and supportive as well. It's like, what areas of your life do you want to have mastery over? For a lot of us that have been working on their soul structure and really attuning to the voice of their soul and working through karmic cycles and lessons and stuff like that, you're going to have quicker turnaround time with things. You just need to tweak a few things, like 2 or 3, tweak it slightly, and you watch the energy rush through. Because I know for a lot of us, we've been feeling, oh my God, all I do is learn lessons and I'm not seeing any return. Like, what the fuck am I doing this? It's just crazy. And I totally get it. You just need to tweak a few more things before the energy can shift and change and move and shove you forward to propel you to where you want to go. There's just a few little things that you need to fix for that wheel can actually turn. Now, the number 7 is a highly spiritual number, and it's attuned with the energy of enlightenment, inner wisdom, inner alchemy. So you can see how like this new moon is like super magical. So focusing on your inner magic and your inner wisdom and reviewing, hey, I've learned a lot, I've done a lot in my life, and literally having a party for yourself, like even if it's just one person, like I'm celebrating me because, man, I've done some cool shit. And don't forget that I know for a lot of you, you've got lots of supportive people in your life, but in case you're one of those people that don't, and you kind of sometimes needs the outside world to be like, hey, you're awesome, but you don't get that. Just remember that people that are doing, I guess, not as good as you are never going to probably tell you how good you're doing. Like, it's just unfortunate. See a visual, I'm seeing a pyramid, right? And, you know, say you're getting closer to the top of that pyramid and there's people at the base still kind of working through their stuff. Why am I here? I've still got like some of my darkness / emotions that I need to shift. I don't know what the hell I'm doing with my life, you know, but whereas you've been slowly making your way up that pyramid, so they're not gonna, you're not gonna be able to reach each other, right? Because they're in a different space altogether than when you're at, and they're probably not feeling good about their lives, right? Because they don't have clear direction. Whereas you're a person that strives and achieves and tries to get what, you know, what their heart desires and their soul desires. So people can't relate to that. So they're never going to probably say supportive things because, and then people get very jealous, and comparison is like a full-on curse. So if you're that person, just remember that if people aren't doing as good as you, they're probably not going to tell you that. Someone that's probably doing better than you would probably say, you know, hey, like, I like what you did there, I like what you did with that. Do you know what I mean? So hopefully that makes sense. So if we add up 1 and 7 equals 8, and the Chinese actually see 8 as a super lucky number, and so do I. And if you actually turn the 8 to the side, it's the infinity symbol, right? So this is all about flow and ebb and cycle and rebirth and reincarnation, and just like nothing stops, nothing keeps going. So the message I'm getting here is that don't stop, keep flowing. Life is always cycles. Even though you feel like things may not be moving forward, it is, just because we can only see 5%. The rest is like going on beneath the surface. Things are moving and happening. Your physical reality hasn't caught up to that as yet. So it's a lucky number. Literally draw the number 8 and stick it somewhere that you'll see it on all the time, like your fridge or your desk at work or whatever. If your life path number is 1 or 7 or 8 or 9, this is going to be an actual luckier time for you. So just Google how to add up your life path number if you don't know how to do that. And there's lots of videos on YouTube or articles about what that actually means. It's just basically like adding up, you know, all your birth digits. 1, 7, 8 or 9 is super lucky, which brings us to number 9 for September. So what I'm getting about September, what I heard was winds of change. It's about restructure, regrowth, letting a few of the draggy things that you don't like in your life, like unsupportive, jobs, places, people, things that just feel misaligned. Even I feel like a lot of people may be moving, shifting, moving house, getting a new job. I think there's a lot of change for the number 9 month, and the change is supporting the soul alignment, your soul alignment. So that's pretty exciting, wouldn't you think? There's a lot of cycles that are ending. We've got here, we're at number 10, 10 of Swords. So this is about, oh my God, I've just been through the worst of it. I've just been smacked down by everything. There's so much coming at me and I don't know what to do. Like this is coming to an end, even though when you're with it, it doesn't feel like it. And then we've got the Death. We're transforming. This old cycle is nearly over, so keep doing those things I suggested and you'll get through it at that time. So I've actually got the Queen of Wands and the Emperor here. So I'm getting for some of you, so when you shift and change and move and clear your energy, inspiration has a chance to come through. So when you're creating these new soulful structures, you're going to be feeling better about yourself. Inspiration can actually come in and transform your life. And the masculine energy is actually supporting you at this time, because a lot of us have had to be in our receptive feminine mode to receive, but I'm getting for the people that I'm speaking with now, you need to take this action, and not full on action. It's that use that masculine action energy to tweak those things in your life, which will help inspiration come in. So I hope you enjoyed my new moon and Virgo reading. And don't forget to like it and check out my new documentary on my YouTube channel. And I'll see you next time. Bye.